Hi and welcome to Advanced Scheduling Job Query Training. Job Query provides almost limitless ways to find information about jobs and other documents. Once a query has returned results, it can be auto-loaded into the job list view to enable quick management of the resultant jobs. Create hundreds of individual queries and save them so they can quickly be used and reused many times. So we start by selecting Job Query. There are three basic filters. There's a general filter, the document query program, and a single lookup. The general filter, this option provides quick access to some predefined queries. You can filter by date, you can filter by status, priority, site, or you can do one of the many predefined exceptions. So for example, I could do a status. I could say I want to see all the jobs that have parts on order that are priority 1. And I could do a very quick query and launch that query accordingly. So that's what we would call a compound query because I have more than one filter being used. Another very good option would be to find all the jobs for this particular site. I just want to see all the jobs for this customer, and then I'll load those up into my job list view. There's some exception ones as well. Let's go back to any. There's some exception jobs there as well, and we can see here that we have jobs with no assigned resources, jobs with incomplete billing, late jobs without actual. So there's a few predefined common entries that people might want to have a look at. However, the next option we'll look at will be single, and we'll come back to query in a moment. So I can find a single job and load that just by selecting a job. I could find that and then load it, and it will load it over here, and it's available to us then in the job list view. So that can be a very easy way to find jobs. Come over to my job list view, and you can see my query is loaded, and I can set that, and then I can quickly bring up my query in job list view. Let's go back to the query tool. So the important one here, I think, is the query option. Let's go and look at that. And before we do, we'll just clear the list here. And let's go to query. Now, let's see if we've got any queries loaded. So we'll open document query. There should have been a few appearing there. So I've got no saved queries. That's why there are none in the list. So we'll start off by adding a new query. Let's go to available criteria. And one of the nice ones still would be jobs with no assignments. A very common one will show me all the jobs that haven't got assignments on them. I'll start scheduling my employees. Let's include that. Let's proceed. And we'll find all the jobs in the system currently that have no assignments. So these are all the jobs listing there. There are 54 of them. And we press return to return them to the Advanced Scheduler. Okay, and we can see our rows loading there. We could then load those into the job list view, and you'll see them load. We could, if auto load was on, they would have loaded automatically, and we can start scheduling. So you can see there's no one assigned there. I might put a find on, and let's find all resources for now. Bring them in, and I might start loading up available resources. So let's put the administration manager on that job. We've loaded them there. I'll allocate him a bit of time on that job by just simply holding my shift key and drawing, and I've scheduled the administration. Let's go to the next job. They're unassigned. We'll take Clarence onto that job and click on Clarence and schedule Clarence on that job, holding my shift key and drawing, and so forth. That's a very nice way to get your queries in. Now notice that the area here is still blank. That's because I haven't saved that query. If we go back to document query and we'll replace, we'll just get rid of that, open up. This time what we'll do is we'll do the same query, jobs with no assignments. Okay, we'll load that. Now what we'll do is we'll save the query So we call it jobs with no assignments, and we'll put it in a group. Job scheduling, we'll call that, and accept. We'll save the column headers, so you can now see we've got a saved query here. I'm going to do another query while we're here, so let's do that. Clear all. And this query will be a job status query, and we'll take all jobs that have parts on order, and we might do parts on order that are priority 1 only, and let's save that. I will bring the query up first. So there's 33 jobs with parts on order that are priority 1, as we can see there. Let's save that. We'll say query name parts on order. Put that in a group called PO queries, and we can now see PO queries, and we'll do another one. Let's say let's find one here. We could do one by site if we wanted to see one for all site, for that particular site, or one by documents of a certain job type. That's a good one. Let's do that one. I won't compound, we'll clear all, and we'll do that. So we'll take job type, and we just want to see jobs where the job type are maintenance jobs. Okay, and we'll press go. So that's going to find all the jobs in the system that are maintenance jobs. There's 229 maintenance jobs in the system. So let's go and save that query, and we'll put that under maintenance jobs and query for preventative maintenance. Press accept, save the column headers, and we can see now all those queries. Now those are saved. Watch what happens when we go back to advanced scheduling. You can see all your queries there. So next time we come in, if I want to see all jobs with no assignments, I just simply do that. They've loaded. I can go over to my job list view. There's 52 queries, and I can simply load those into my job list view, and I can start scheduling all those guys that have got no assignments there, as we saw earlier. Now, it is important, the results of your query can only be managed in your job list view. You won't see your queries appear in your calendar view or in your resource schedule view. So what you need to do is you'll see them in your job list view. There's your query function, and you press the go button to launch all those. So let's do one more. Let's look at all the jobs with parts on order. And it's asking me, do I want to append it so I can compound the jobs that I've already searched for, or I can replace them. So let's replace them. So these are just parts on order jobs. And again, if I go back to my job list view and I load those, it will refresh and only load those jobs that have got parts on order. There's our 31 jobs with parts on order. We might want to schedule someone, maybe the part's in, and we want to send them off to the job. We can always right-click and open a job at any time, that sort of thing. And you can see the status parts on order. So the job query is a very powerful tool. You can save queries and reuse them at any time, and relaunch queries as applicable. So I encourage you to create as many queries as you like. There's our maintenance jobs. Again, if I wanted to look at those maintenance jobs, we can launch those. There's 229 of them. And then we go over to the job list view, and we can start scheduling all our maintenance jobs. Now only 53 listed there because some are not turned on for scheduling. Okay, now that concludes the job query view. And as I said, I highly encourage you to set up queries that you use on a regular basis. It's easy to load them by simply clicking a query, pressing a go button, and it will load the jobs, go to the job list view, and you can launch them in your job list view. So thank you for attending the training on job query, and I hope that's been productive for you.